Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dychronic, your host here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Destiny 2 weekly reset for January 26, 2021. So everything that has reset from the Nightfall to the Crucible to the stuff in Europa, everything that is a major weekly reset we'll be talking about in this video. First and foremost, we only have 2 weeks left in Season 12, Season of the Hunt. You can see here on the Season Pass, we literally have 2 weeks, and by that time, the next DLC will release. I imagine we will be getting some new DLC reveal stuff, maybe a reveal trailer, maybe some hype stuff very soon. Definitely going to be receiving information the next TWAB this Thursday. So if there are still things you need to do in Season of the Hunt, things that are tied specifically to Season of the Hunt, make sure you complete them now. I plan on making a full video for stuff you need to do before the end of the season, before it goes away. From my experience, there's actually not a lot this season. A lot of it is going to be tied to Beyond Light, the full year, and perhaps multiple years after that. The main stuff is going to be stuff like Conqueror, Flawless, and the Warden's Seal, and a few triumphs here and there. But from what I hear, things like Wrathborn are going to be sticking around. This may be hearsay. This is just what somebody told me. Oh, what triumph am I missing from the Deepstone Crypt? Oh. Okay. And one last thing before we get into the regular weekly reset is that we currently have double Ordeal rewards. So everything from the Nightfall Ordeal on every difficulty is dropping double rewards. You have chances of getting tons of Ascended Shards, tons of exotics with high stat rolls, and everything that you could want in between. Double the chance and also double the drops. So if you need something for whatever reason, this is a great opportunity to grind it as much as possible to get as many as possible. And this week, the Ordeal is going to be the Scarlet Keep. It's not the best because of immunity phases and the slow elevator, but it's not also a hard one either. Right, so moving on with the regular weekly reset, starting up with the Nightfall Ordeal. This week it's going to be the Scarlet Keep. It's going to be the one from the moon, the big wizard red girl at the very end, and well, she's got a lot of immunity phases. The elevator is slow, so it's one of those Nightfalls that's going to take a little bit longer than you want it to, and it also has a lot of enemies, so it's probably possible to do this on the 1220, but definitely 1250 is possible for the 100k. And the champions this week are going to be Barrier and Unstoppable. Again, my favorite. And another reminder for those who haven't noticed already, the Grandmaster Nightfalls are all available. So if you still need to do any of the Grandmaster Nightfalls, the first 5 are here, and of course the last one is just going to be the current weekly one. So if you want to get Conqueror this season, you got to do it in these last 2 weeks. The rotating Heroic Burn is going to be Solar Singe. The rotating Crucible playlist is Showdown. I don't really like Showdown. Moving on to the Europa stuff, first and foremost, for the Empire Hunt this week, we have the Warrior. If you wanted anything to do with the Warrior as far as triumphs or as potential drops, it is available this week. For the Deepstone Crypt Raid Challenge this week, it's going to be of all trades. It's going to be taking place in the 3rd encounter of the raid. This is going to be the encounter where the ship actually falls out of the sky, and you're doing all the stuff to make sure it falls out of the sky. And in this encounter, every single person has to do all 3 different jobs. So the best way to do this is to look up one of the charts that someone has created for it and just follow the order, and that makes sure every single person does every single job and also doesn't get locked out of a thing. Moving on to the moon stuff today. For the Nightmare Hunts, we have Skolas, we have Omnigul, and we have the Fanatic. For the Garden of Salvation Raid Challenge today, it's going to be Leftovers. And Leftovers is going to be taking place in the first encounter of the raid. And in this encounter, do not kill any of these Cyclopses that spawn in during the Harpy boss's presence. You can and have to kill all other Cyclopses, just none of the new ones that spawn in. This one is a pretty easy one if you can just avoid the shots. Moving on to Eververse's inventory, showing off how she... Moving on to Eververse's inventory, showing off what she has available for Bright Dust and some silver perusal. I am still waiting for this Hawk Moon ornament to be on sale for Bright Dust. I'm looking forward to it. What we have here, first and foremost, is we have a Victory Dance, probably... honestly, one of the silliest things I've ever seen. This is a dance. I do like this. We also have the Atlas Runner, in case you wanted this Sparrow for whatever reason. You want the Ghost Projection. I really don't get the point of Ghost Projection, but, you know, it's there. You got the Amethyst Bloom, which makes your weapons and your armor look very pink. Obviously, this weapon cannot be colored, so ignore that. Moving on to the other Bright Dust section. Ooh, okay. Moving on to the other Bright Dust section, seeing what it has available. First of all, we have the Kit Bash Shell, if you want this Ghost Shell. We have this ship here, the Atlas Hauler, is one of the more unique designs. A linear fusion dance, which I don't really get. It's not really about linear fusion rifles at all, but I guess that's what it is. We have the Mad Son of Sekeli's Sparrow, which I actually really like the look of, but unfortunately it's a 150 speed. You have this ship here, in case this is something that you wanted. Maybe it's gonna be a thumbnail. You know what? Actually, it takes too long to cut out. We have this ornament. Wow, okay. Does the Cloud Strike normally have just like a crystal? Anyways, this is a Cloud Strike ornament to make it look much different. That's actually really cool. You got the too hot emote in case you ate a chili pepper that was just way too hot. You got some transmit effects that look like you're a cow. You got some more transmit effects. You got some more transmit effects, and you got a bunch of different shaders. Let me take a look here. Biolume is not a shader. Oh my God! Look at the weapon on that. The weapon went really black on it. Matte black and darker matte black. That's a lot more black than I thought it was going to be. And the other ones, I think, no, that's Reef Maid. I thought that was Melchizedek Bramble. Actually, I stand corrected. Reef Maid has a lot of potential. Although I would still say Melchizedek Bramble is my favorite for the purple ones. And yes, it is actually called Melchizedek Bramble. How else do you pronounce the name of this shader, Melchizedek Bramble? I don't know. I have no other way. And then finally we have Desert of Gold, which actually does look good on certain weapons. I've not been a big fan of it on armor, but again, it has a lot of black on it. I didn't realize it had. These previews, they're not real. It's not the preview. Where does this black come from? I don't get it. They're not real. And finally, for Hawthorne's inventory for the weekly raid challenge for the Last Wish raid, Strength of Memory is going to be in the last encounter of the raid, and in this encounter, you're not allowed to shoot the same eye twice. So if you get the same eye multiple times, just trade it off with somebody else who hasn't shot that eye, or alternatively, just cheese her with swords, which I guess most people do anyways. And specifically, I'm talking about Lament, because that's the only one that can really, like, bump her. And that's going to be pretty much the end of what is my cape doing? That's going to be the end of the video. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions, concerns about the weekly reset. Also, come check out my live streams. Cape, you're just going to have to make a decision here. Check out my live streams that I have right after these reset videos as well as all the other time. Thank you for returning mostly to me, that you can see on screen right now. And yeah, come join the live streams. We oftentimes have open lobbies for raids, for Nightfalls. We're going to be doing a lot of GM Nightfalls at the end of the season here because everyone's high level and we want to get it done and stuff. And of course, as always, thank you to my patrons on Patreon for supporting the channel, the spreadsheets, the documents, and everything that we do here at Dychronic. Specifically, thank you to Medibudu, Mom and Dad, Shadow Moon, Joe Smith, Monday, Natalie Halpin, Steve Bachnoitz, Justin Herrera, Royman Showman, and you and a Panther for the support on Patreon. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day.